to let you know how I'm feeling at the moment, because of what's gone on in the past with me as a child being sexually abused by my younger brother's dad. I'm still off the road with big time depression. Right, that's not helped one bit, even going to the police and speaking up, because now the police has interviewed him and he's denied it, and because of lack of evidence, which how can that be lack of evidence? There should be something about a sexual assault on another one or two minors in the archive section of the police force, right? So they can easily use that evidence alongside my evidence that I've spoken about and told them about, right? So there should be with that there, and then with me, there should be enough evidence to put this person away for a very long time. But they didn't bother looking into the archive. They said close it down and say that there's lack of evidence. That's that one, right? Right. Well, I've managed to put that back behind me for years, right? It affected me in the way I won't be able to get get into a relationship with young ladies of my own age because of trust issues, which is kind of, I'm bound to have trust issues with going through that as a child. I was under the age of 13 when it first happened, right? But I've managed to put that behind me for years. But now, recently I've witnessed a friend trying to commit suicide in a house fire. Right? I'm not going to go in too much into that bit because it's not fair on him. But he tried to commit suicide in a house fire because of his own mental health got badly on top of him. And you can see a way out. So it's that, and I witnessed that. So that's now both that and that. They both witnessed played a big toll on me. But in between when I was younger, I never knew my dad, my real dad. But in between, before witnessing my friend in the house fire, right, I lost my dad due to my dad having lung cancer. Right. Which played a toll on not just myself but the rest of my siblings. But because I am the second oldest sibling on my dad's side of the family, right? But my oldest sibling we're not in contact with him because we know of him, but he doesn't know of us. He's a long lost older brother. So because I'm the second oldest, I felt I needed to support my twin sister, my brother Kelvin, and my sister Chantal, as well as my nieces and nephews. Mainly my siblings because they was there at the time of when my dad passed. And then just going to show that prior to my dad passing, my dad's wife was saying he doesn't want a funeral, when I actually thought he did want a funeral. I still do think he wanted a funeral, but according to his wife, he didn't. I'm saying wife, I'm not going to class her as my stepmom because she don't deserve that title. She is as useful as a chocolate teapot. Right? She's a money grabber. She's a gold digger. That's what my dad's ex-wife is. She's a gold digger. She's supposed to chocolate teapot. Right? I can't stand her. Anyway, she was saying to me and my siblings that our dad doesn't want a funeral when he was literally dying of lung cancer. And for a little while, after he passed, he doesn't. He said he doesn't want a funeral. Right, but a little while after, she's decided to have a funeral, but she didn't invite me, my twin sister, my brother, or my other sister to this funeral. She kept it quiet. Right, the only people she chose to go to the funeral was my auntie, my dad's sister, my cousins who also live over in Northern Ireland. Right, so all the cousins in Northern Ireland, my auntie lives in Northern Ireland, my brother's ex-partner who lives down south with one of my nephews all went to my dad's funeral. But she was telling us, she told them all not to tell us, my brother, my sisters, or myself. She told them not to tell us, to keep us quiet, to keep us in the dark. I mean, actually, we should be the ones we should be the first to find out about the funeral, because at the end of the day, we are the fruits of our dad's loins. We came from our dad. Alright? We come from my dad. So we're family. We're born Sloans. We're literally born Sloans. Sloan is our birth name. Right? Sloan's only her name through marriage. Right? My dad had a will as well, and his kids were in that will to get something from his passing, but she's now holding that money back, that stuff back from our inheritance back from us as well, because she wants it for herself. Right? She is an alcoholic. Right? She wasn't given when my dad was dying, she was rather getting drunk with friends and family, drinking wine after wine, glasses of wine, right? Smoking cigarettes, right, in a conservatory with the door open on the jar. A conservatory is attached to the house, right? And then when she's finished smoking that cigarette and she stamps that cigarette out, she then takes the ashtray with the bag butts, right, from the conservatory and puts it actually into the kitchen bin. And that kitchen bin was between the kitchen and the lounge, right? And then the kitchen, the dining room, and the lounge was all open plan. At the time of my dad, was actually sleeping on a hospice bed, right, in the lounge because he couldn't do the stairs, right? So she was making my dad breathing in stale cigarette smoke and bags butt smell, knowing my dad's immune system is down because of the chemo and because of the cancer. Right? And I was talking to my dad about something I actually suffer from myself, right? Which I thought, if I tell my dad this, something about what I'm suffering from, I know at the time he was also suffering from, he's showing me he's not on his own with that same problem, and he can talk openly to me about it, right? That's how I was thinking. I was trying to support my dad. We all know, right, that when we're dying, right, when someone's dying, they lose all power of their bladder and their bowels, right? That's not their fault. Right? I was born with a chronic bowel disorder, and when it plays up big time, right? So I was talking to my dad there. I'm not going into great detail there because it's not fair on either me or my dad. But I was talking to my dad there, and then my cousins, who don't really talk to us from one month to the next, came from Northern Ireland to help and support my dad and my dad's wife, and especially help and support me and my siblings, right? They then said to me, "Glenn, that's a bit uncalled for, isn't it? That's a bit that's a bit uncalled for. That's a bit heartless. A bit, excuse me, but for your information, I'm talking to my dad about something that both me and my dad suffer from. So what's that then?" And I told him, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that. I didn't realise that." I don't know, because I don't tell people. Why would I tell you what I go through, what I suffer from, if you don't need to know? Right? Also, I'm deaf in both ears, as you all know. I'm deaf in both ears. I've got 2 Bluetooth hearing aids. But before I got the Bluetooth hearing aids, I had some other hearing aids, right? My auntie, not mentioning her name, my auntie's gone deaf in one ear, right? And after I approached her to speak to her, and I went, I mentioned her name, I went that auntie and then her name. And she jumped out of her skin and she snapped at me. And then the cousins, I said, "Oh, don't worry, Poppet." I said, "Please don't call me Poppet. It's very disgrading. I don't like it." Right? She said, "Don't worry." They went, "Don't worry, Poppet. She's deaf." I said, "For one, don't call me Poppet. I don't like it. It's very disgrading." The second thing is, doesn't matter if that's not an excuse to snap at people. That is not, being deaf isn't an excuse of being or snapping at people, because I'm deaf too. But I'm deaf in both ears, and I don't snap at people who come up behind me. If people come up behind me and make me jump, yeah, I jump, but I don't snap at them. I thought, "Oh my god," or "Oh bloody hell, you just made me jump," and I turn it into a joke and make people laugh, right? Because they didn't mean to make me jump. Right? Don't expect me to jump when they come up behind me. But my auntie made my auntie jump, and she's deaf in one ear and I'm deaf in both ears. Right? It's not my fault that her hearing aid clearly doesn't work, and just by the look of it, it looks old. It literally looks old. It's a massive thing. It comes out, it hangs out here. It is not that good. Right? It needs upgrading. Right? That's that. But after my dad's passing, right? We were all fine then. After Dad passing, after the day that passed, we all went out to get a bite to eat at the nearest pub, just get out the house, right? Just get the house. We went to a pub to get something to eat and a drink, and spent some time with nieces and nephews, right? And it was all fine. But when the Irish side of the family went back home, right? When me and my twin sister came back home, right? After a while, my dad's wife wanted to have a funeral, but she never told me, my twin sister, my brother, or my other sister, right? She's never told any of my nieces and nephews, apart from my brother's ex and my nephew, one of my nephews, right? And she told my cousins who live back in Northern Ireland, right? So she also said, "Don't tell these people," and mentioned all of our names. Right? I don't want them there, right? Which we have more right being in that, going to the funeral, because that day we came from my dad's loins. We are the fruits of my dad's loins. We came from our dad. We are born Sloans. The surname Sloan is our birth name. Right? What is Sloan to my dad's wife? Sloan to my dad's wife is just her marriage name. She's not a marriage. She's not a Sloan through birth. She's a Sloan through marriage. Right? She's also holding back our inheritance from us because she wants it all for herself because she's a damn alcoholic. Right? It's annoying, right? But that's that. So being sexual abuse when I was growing up, I managed to hold that back for years growing up and found a way how to hold and hide the experience and the trauma of being sexually abused by my younger brother's dad, for then trying to also manage that with managing to losing my own father through him having lung cancer. Right, holding that back, and then his wife organising a funeral but not telling me and my siblings, but telling the rest of the family. That's one thing. Right, and we're holding that. And then I witnessed a friend trying to commit suicide in a house fire. So I got all that. Right, all of this getting around in my head, and now I'm seeing visions of my younger brother's dad sexually abusing me. I'm seeing visions of my younger brother's dad being interviewed by police and denying it, and then him coming out of the police station laughing his head off, saying, ha ha ha, I got away with it, I got away with it. Right? It does not help one bit. It does not help. Right? And then losing my own father and having to cope with that. That really really upsets me. Right? Just those two things alone. Right? And then witnessing a friend or someone I thought I was a friend in a house fire because he also is big time depressed. Right? And I was trying to plead with this guy to put that fire out and to talk to us. Right? Trying to support my friend in getting the support of himself. And he went, no, I want to do this, I want to get out, I want to end it. Bruv, so I know that you're depressed, and I know that male mental health, male depression is a big thing. It is literally a big thing. Right? Men don't like to talk about their mental health and their depression because they don't see it as manly. Right? So they bottle it up because I've been told by friends and family, right, male and female friends and family, to bottle it up, don't say nothing, right, and keep it quiet, deal with it. So they do. For instance, when I came out and told my mother about me being sexually abused, she at first she told me not to say nothing because I don't know why. I said, well, then she said, but he didn't touch it. He did. And right? Yes, he did. Right? And I told my mum exactly how he touched me, exactly what he done. Right? So I've got all this sort of going around in my head, and I can't switch off big time with all the things that I went through with the sexual abuse, with losing my dad and not grieving at the right time, and grieving, finding it hard to grieve, and then witnessing a friend in the house fire. Right? I've got a lot of things in my mind, and now my brain won't switch off, and I'm struggling to sleep because I'm seeing these visions in my head, and I'm waking up. If I'm falling asleep, I wake up with these visions in my head, and I'm sweating. Right? I wake up and my back is literally wet. Right? I'm falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, waking up, and it hurts. It really, in here, it hurts. I want to sleep, but I can't, right? I'm literally on sleeping tablets to try to help me sleep. And the problem with them, because I'm buying them, they're not from the doctor or from the NHS, they're only herbal. So then don't keep me asleep. I know any sleeping tablet are designed to get me to sleep, right? But I'm trying to get myself to sleep, and I can't do it. I literally can't do it, right? So I'm on them to stop me from being awake and having these things going over in my head. I end up these things going over and over in my head, and I'm making them to sort of cut all that out and make me fall asleep or something. And then when I'm asleep, and then I'm waking up because I'm having these visions, these nightmares, and I can't get back to sleep again. You know what I mean? It really upsets me, big time upsets me. And I'm trying to sleep, and I can't. Right? I try to sleep in my bed, but I can't. Right? So I sleep. Sometimes I get the sofa bed out and I sleep on that, but it doesn't always work. So sometimes I just get the bed out, just get the bedding, and to sleep with the sofa on the sofa like normal. Like there's a sofa and all that, and sometimes it works. Sometimes I can get to sleep, but I just wake up again with. Because these are made to get you to sleep, but not made to keep you asleep. But if I didn't have all these dramas in my life and all these visions, I won't be on them. And I'm trying to get support, right? I'm literally trying to get support. I'm trying to get support by the people who are trained in doing this. At the same time, I rescued a chicken from what it is the chickens, the old chicken owners. They didn't want the chicken anymore, so they released the chicken into the wild. I then got hold of the chicken, and rescued the chicken. My mum then purchased a chicken coop. I then started talking to chicken owners, people who actually owns chickens and who's got chickens, and I said the chicken coop, the inside part of the chicken coop is fine for 2 chickens, but the run itself is not even big enough for one, because it's like just straight up and down sort of thing, right? It needs to be a lot bigger, so it gives them enough time, enough space to sort of spread their wings, right, and to sort of flap. So I'm in the middle. So at the moment she's in the dog crate. I'm in the middle of the night to sleep in the dog crate in my lounge. And every day she comes up so she can flap about, spread her wings, jump up on the coffee table, up on the sofas, and sort of spread her wings and exercise. But she's not getting the exercise, she's not getting the light, she's not getting the sun, and I know it's vitamin D because she's not outside. But at the moment I've got a pet carrier which I'm borrowing off my mum, right? So because when I'm off the road at the moment, I've got no car, I'm off the road with big time depression, so I'm using the pet carrier to get, if I need to get her back, the chicken to get back, so if I need to get the chicken back to the vet, I'm using the pet carrier. So at the moment I'm also using that pet carrier to take both my dog and my chicken out for little strolls. So the chicken is also getting vitamin D from the sun and from the air. Right, but that's all fine. Right, all fine. If I'm feeling happy myself, because of my bowel problem, sometimes plagues me up. If I can't get out because of one reason or another, either through mental health or other reasons, neither can the dog or the chicken. You know what I mean? But anyway, I've now found a bigger run which I can put the chicken coop that I've got already into this run. I found one, but I need to save up for it, and I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. It's just over £100 for a nice chicken run. It's a metal and mesh chicken runs. It's a proper chicken run, right? We can actually fit a chicken coop into it, right? I'm saving up for that, right? So she's got a bigger run. But then what I also need to do is get some slabs to put the chicken coop on the slabs, right? The wooden chicken coop on the slabs, so the wood doesn't rot with the dampness of the chicken. I don't want the wooden chicken coop to rot with the wet grass, wet mud and that. Because once I've got it, I just have to take the top layer of grass off, because long or like longish or grass can get stuck in the chicken intestines and choke them. So I need to take the layer of grass off, so it's just mud. But to protect her a bit more, I'm thinking also to put some take some soil and put in membrane down to keep the weeds so don't grow through it. I have big time weeds, and then putting soil back on top of this the membrane, so Jenny's got soil there that she can fluff about and to bathe in, because that's what chickens like to do. They like to bathe. Right. I've got 2 feeders. I've always got 2 feeders on the go. Right. One with chicken pellets and one with chicken seed, and I've got 2 bowls with chicken grit in it. Right. And I've got another another feeder with water in it, fresh water. So she's always got food, and she's always got water, and she's got chicken grit. Right. She's got company with me and my dog, who she gets on pretty well with. My dog, she plays with her. But when she goes back into, when I get this chicken coop, this bigger chicken run for her, and she goes into the chicken coop again, right, which the bigger run is getting, I'm saving up for. I'm nearly there with the budget for the chicken run. I just need an extra few bits budget there. I'm nearly there though. It's just over 100 quid for the chicken, this bigger chicken run. But I'm nearly there with that. Alright. So that's that. Right. So anyway, so this is all what I've got with me, my health conditions and my level of depression, mental health. I'm finding it hard even to sort of wake up. I just want to sleep all the time, but I'm not sleeping. I'm waking up, and I'm forced myself to get up for Candy and for Jenny, right? And then I'm getting people, right, thinking that the level of depression I have is all in my head, right? When that's not one thing. You don't say that to someone who is big time depressed, right? You don't say that. It's not in here, right? Now, it's what happened. It's the memory of what the memory in here is, but the memory, it's actually what happened to you in the past, happened to us in the past. So it's not actually in here. It's not all made up. It actually happened to us, and we're reliving it, day in, day out, night in, night out. We're reliving it. We are seeing visions in our heads, right? Sometimes you're even hearing our abusers' voices, right, as they are doing what they're doing to us, right? So that's how that's what it looks like. It's like we're in that. We're like in a cold, damp cell. Cold, damp, dripping cell, right, with a leaky roof, and the water drops trickling down the walls, and metal bars up at the wall, just metal bars at the window. No glass, just metal bar. So it's cold, damp, dark. Cell, looking room like a cell, like an old, old cell blocks and all that. It's just like, no glass in the window, just bars. Big metal doors with the bar railings in the bars in the door. And we're in this room on our own, staring at this ugly four walls. Even though our bodies, our actual bodies and our actual lives are at home in our nice, warm, colourful homes, our minds, well, it's taking us back to where we was, say for instance, sexually abused, or witnessing something as bad as a friend trying to commit suicide, or something as bad as losing a loved one, and not having the time to completely grieve with that. I mean, it's all here. It's where, and we can't let it go. I can't seem to let it go. I can't let it to sort of, I say, I don't want this anymore, and chuck it away. I want to be able to sort of, that's it, this has took a lot of my life so far. I want to just, I don't want it no more. I want to sort of be able to sort of screw it up, right? Like it's a bit of paper, or I don't want no more. Screw it up, nice and tight, and just chuck it away. But at the moment, I can't seem to chuck it away. It's not letting me. Right? There's like hurdles in the way of allowing me to get in my life back on track. Right? So yeah, that is why I'm not really doing much content. I'm still doing some content, so you guys know I'm still about. But when I've managed to get a little bit of just a little bit of energy, right? But after I get that little bit of energy, I'm doing 1 or 2 videos, 1, 2, 3, 4 videos on TikTok, and then uploading them sometimes to Facebook and to YouTube. I'm feeling like crap, right? I'm feeling down again, right? So you will see, say, some YouTube shorts are getting uploaded, but those YouTube shorts come from TikTok, right? That's so you can still see the videos and try to. I'm still trying to entertain yourselves, right? Make you guys laugh, put a smile on your faces, right? Every now and then I'm broadcasting to YouTube when I'm playing a game, right? Trying to keep my mind off, but sometimes that doesn't work. Force myself to get up and get out. So I'm doing food shopping for me, my dog, Candy, my chicken Ginny. Also getting up and getting out to do some food shopping for my mum and my mum's dog, because at the moment she's housebound because I'm off the road. Right? Also trying to get up and get out, and encouraging my mum even to come for a walk with me and Candy. So if I'm taking my mum out for a walk with my mum and her dog and Candy, I have to walk Candy and her dog. So then I leave Jenny at home. But when I'm just doing this me on my own, I'm taking Jenny out in the pet carrier. Alright? So she's getting the air to her feathers, she's getting the vitamin D from the sun, and just looking around and just seeing things. Right? Seeing the great outdoors. I'm trying to do all of that. And then I'm getting people saying, oh, it's all in your head, it's all in your head. And I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. I'm doing my best. I'm literally doing my best with all what I've witnessed, with all what I've been through. I'm doing my best. In the main, So yeah, it is really upsetting me. Right? But anyway, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to do one or two videos over on over on TikTok. If it doesn't have copyright music, then I'll upload it to YouTube and to Facebook. But if it does, then it'll just be uploaded to Facebook, to Instagram and TikTok. Okay, so take care, ladies and gents, and I'll see you here whenever I've got a bit more energy. Okay, farewell.